Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel. I'm Max and this is my poker vlog. This is my first video ever, so feel free to comment down below and I hope that you enjoy. So my poker vlog is about my journey. I've been playing poker since a year and a half ago at 1-2 stakes, and since then I've seen improvements a lot and I want to improve again so I can move higher stakes and have fun while doing it. Because even though people think it's a gambling game, it's not just a gambling game. It's about skills, and I want to have better skills, have better analysis throughout the hands, and I want you to help me out as well. So if I have any sequence that I could improve, anything that I miss, so it's a more give it and talk throughout the sessions as well. So mainly it's gonna be my sessions that I play. I have few hands that I like to review where I was situated, and I'm gonna talk throughout the hands to see if I miss value, where could I improve, where I've maxed the value here. And I hope at the end that we all have value through this YouTube channel and then we can have fun, because still remember, I want to erase this stigma about poker that is only a gambling game. It's more of a skill-based game, and that's why I'm at, and that's why I want to improve, and I hope that you enjoy. So let's go to see my first hand. My first hand of the night was Jack-9 of club. I was under the gun, so I decided to put a standard 3-bet at 6th. My left called, the cutoff called, and the bottom called. 4 ways to see a flop, which came out to be a 10 of heart, 8 of club, and a 6 of spade. Having an open-ended straight draw, I decided to go for a half pot around 12, and only the bottom called. The turn came out to be a 3 of club, and now I'm having a flush draw as well. So I decided to put a bet of $30, and the bottom called. The river came out to be an ace of spade. That card hit a lot more my range, and I didn't have a lot of showdown value, so I decided to go for an all-in, knowing that my opponent didn't show a lot of strength while looking at his card, and he as well didn't have a lot of money. So I put maximum pressure and see what he will do, and he decided to make a fold. Second hand of the night was ace queen offsuit in hijack position. The under the gun limps, so I put a raise of $15. The bottom called and the limper called as well. So we see a flop of ace spade, queen of diamond, and a king of heart. I had 2 pair. So the under the gun checks. I put a C bet of $20. Didn't want to slow play my 2 pair, and I knew that flop touches a lot of people. So the bottom fold and the under the gun called as well. So we see a turn of ace of club. Now improve my 2 pair to a full house, and the under the gun checks. Put a bet of $40. Under the gun called to see a river. River was a 6 of club, which was a bricked, and the under the gun went for a strange way and decided to put a bet of $30. With that in mind, I knew that a lot of this board could hit him, and ace king was it a possibility. And so if it was, just be it. I had a boat, so I had nothing else to do than to go all in. Under the gun went for taking session, and he decided to go for fold. And here's a little pot for me. Third hand of the night was ace king suited. The under gun +1 limps, because everyone loves to limp in those 1-2 games, so I decided to pump it a little bit and put $15. The small blind calls and the under gun +1 calls. The flop came out to be a 2 of spade, 10 of club, and a 6 of diamond. Small blind check, the under gun +1 check, and I decided to go for a check as well. The turn came out to be an ace of diamond. The small blind check, the under gun +1 checked as well, so I decided to bet my 1 pair $20. And the small blind calls, and the under gun +1 folded. The river came out to be a 3 of diamond. Now there's a possibility of flush, and the small blind decided to lead $20 here. With that in mind, I didn't really know what to do. I couldn't raise here because what worse could call me. So I decided for only a call, and I showed my ace king, and it was a winner because the villain showed ace 8 offsuit. Fourth hand of the night was queen jack offsuit in the cutoff position. The hijack limp, so I put a raise of $15, small blind calls, and the hijack calls. 3 ways to see a flop, which was queen of heart, 7 of diamond, and 5 of diamond. Small blind checks, the hijack checks, so I decided to bet my pair $15 and to make people running that flush draw pay. Small blind folds, and the hijack makes the call. The turn was a 3 of spade, which the hijack leads for $25. I thought it strange because what could he had here? Maybe he was trying to get that river cheaply, or he had a better pair. So I just decided to make a call and to see what he was going to do on the river. The river was a 6 of diamond, and here the hijack checks, so I decided to check back because I didn't know what to do, and he had a better pair. I lost money, and if he had a sneaky play with those diamonds, so I just decided to check, and the villain chose queen, 8 of spades. So my 5th hand of the night was kings in the other gun +1 position. I decided to put a bet of $12 because that night a lot of people always tend to call my bets. So the under gun +2 calls, low jack calls, and the bottom calls. So 4 way to see a flop, which was 3 of hearts, 5 of spade, and 2 of spade. I decided to put a C bet of $30, the under gun +2 calls, and the low jack calls, and the bottom fold. The turn turned out to be a 4 of diamond. Now, I couldn't really improve here, and all the aces or 6 would make the straight. So I decided to check, and under gun +1 checks, and the low jack make a bet of $60. With that in mind, I folded, and the other gun +2 called. Afterwards, the river was a king. I would have improved, but like I said before, any ace would make the straight, and any 6s would make the straight. So on the river, they went all in both, and the villain showed 9 and 6 suited of spade. So now I've dodged a bullet. So the next hand, I was dealt the aces on the under gun +1 position. I've put a bet of $12 because that seems to be the standard bet during that time of the night. And only the low jack makes the call. We were heads up for a flop, which was 4 of club, 4 of heart, and 8 of spade. I decided to slow play my aces, and I've checked here because I was hoping he would get something on the turn. And he check backs. The turn was a 10 of club, so I've put a bet of $30, and he quickly folds. So not a lot of action for my aces. The last hand was ace-jack suited in the cutoff position. The low jack limps, so I decided to put a raise at $12. The big blind calls, and the low jack calls. 3 ways to see a flop of ace of heart, 8 of diamond, and a 3 of club. The big blind checks, and the low jack decided to lead for $10. So I just made the flat call, and the big blind calls as well. The turn was a 2 of spade. Big blind checks, and the low jack continued to put a $10. So to me it shows a bit of weakness, so I decided to raise it up to $30. The big blind folded, and the low jack made the call. The river was an 8 of heart, and the low jack checks. Here I didn't really know what to do. Did he had a better pair with ace queen or ace king, or did he had a boat? So with that in mind, I decided to check, and the villain shows ace 4. So here I missed a lot of value. I could have bet a little bit, and I'm pretty sure he would have made the call. So here we are at the end of my first YouTube vlog. I hope that you enjoy. While I was doing the editing, man, I seen a lot of hands where I could at least get more value. And I'm gonna remember these spots because next time I'm gonna play, I'm just gonna put a lot of more pressure and sometimes just use a bet fold situation as well. Because the last hand of ace jack versus ace 4, I could at least extract a little bit of more money. But anyway, so I hope that you have fun. Feel free to comment down below if you have any criticism to give me, and I'm more than happy to read them. So until next time, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.